So, I've come to the conclusion that the deeper into Subnautica's oceans you go, the more bioluminescent things appear. And as you can tell, just down right here, bioluminescence is a staple of this zone. However, in this zone, there's something different that you have yet to see. A new creature was recently added to the development branch of Subnautica Below Zero. Those new creatures are right here. It's called the jellyfish. Now, it doesn't look like a jellyfish we'd normally see around in the world, does it? No, doesn't really look like it, and it has a weird spinny doodad there, but what it's called, it's a jellyfish. Now, I also want to make note, I actually spawned these guys in. Now, I have no knowledge of the jellyfish, but we're going to take a moment in a second to look at the wiki article about them and see if we can scan them too, but this is the zone I feel like we would find them in. I feel like this zone right here pretty well matches them, and this is where you should find them, but there could be other zones too, like the deep twisty bridges and even the normal twisty bridges. I don't know how deep these things can go, but they're actually surprisingly big. They're a lot bigger than what you think they are, as you can see right there. Everything in Subnautica seems a little bit misleading when it comes to its size. Can I stab you? That would have been really satisfying if that popped. But yeah, everything seems a little bit misleading, and these things compared to the character model, you know, there's no real comparison. Like, let me just free cam. So there's the player model right there, next to a jellyfish. It could easily, if it wanted to, scoop us up. Does it have a beak? Yeah, it has like a really rigid beak. Like, I gotta get under there and just get a flashlight out. Oh my god. Dude, that is way worse than I thought it was gonna be. Holy crap, that thing has some teeth. Dude. Oh, there's no way this thing doesn't try to eat us or attack us. Can it hit us now? No, it can't. I bet it would do something to us. It's just not coded in. This is experimental. I also want to make note of these things right here, the little bioluminescent studs down here. I wonder if that's to drag in prey or draw them in and then attack and, you know, obviously devour their soul with this just... Oh boy, that's gross. Let's give it a scan and let's see if we can get anything about it. The jellyfish is just a jellyfish, and it's okay. I didn't think there was going to be anything there for that right now, but yeah, this is one of the new creatures they added. Now, I do have a cutscene I want to show you guys too, but not in the normal way because I'm sure you've all seen it. However, there are some things I want to do with it that I have questions about and I want to know about. What the hell is this supposed to be? Is this an eye? I think this is supposed to be an eye. Are you being a peeper? Yeah, that's so weird. Can I kill it? Hang on. Number one question. Can I kill something in Subnautica? I'm stabbing it. I'm giving it a good stab and I'm giving it a good poking. Doesn't look like it's dying. Damage 100 will surely straighten this guy out. You know, they kind of remind me of the crab squid. That's kind of what I get the vibe of, at least with this translucent head that it has, but obviously no electric attacks or anything. I don't know how to feel about this, but in this biome it looks beautiful. I know that. It looks very beautiful. By the way, I spawned in like 500, no joke. Like, there's about 500 of these in this tiny little room right now. It doesn't look like it, but I assure you, I used spawn 50 many times, and it doesn't seem like there's any variation really. They have some beautiful colors there. I will say that. Really nice colors, but otherwise, that's pretty well it. I'm gonna go somewhere real quick. Let's go to the wiki first. Wow, these things look crazy. All right, we'll go to the wiki now in a second. This looks, wow. Look at that. Hey, they have like some kind of weird spinning behavior. This guy's decided to twirl around unless it's bugged. No, he's, I don't, because the other ones aren't doing that. So I don't know what, I don't know. Why is this one just being a ballerina? Maybe it's really confused. And there's like weird stuff floating around inside it too, like getting absorbed into it. Okay, let's consult the wiki for a second. Alright, so the jellyfish is a fauna species, obviously. It will likely act as a hazard, essentially being the opposite to the vent garden. So, yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. It does seem pretty misleading right here on top, and then it has the giant beak on the bottom. So it could present some issues on our travels, but it doesn't look like it'll have any kind of shock mechanic or electricity going through it. But anyways, the jellyfish's body is divided into 3 sections. Tentacles, main body, and transparent bell at the top. The tentacles are black on the inner side and purple on the outer side. We already came to that conclusion. Okay, they bear they have luminescent lobes, likely for prey attraction, so okay, and there isn't really much more about it. We don't know too much about them right now. More than likely gonna be a hazard. Maybe they'll have some kind of electricity going down through that can shock you or something. That kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I don't really see any cues of that. You guys let me know in the comments section what you think, because I don't think technically it has to have electricity coursing through it to classify as a jellyfish, you know? I mean, it can use tentacles too, I guess. I mean, this looks more like a squid than anything, to be honest with you. It's like the lower half of a squid and the top half of a crab squid, you know? Like, just no claws or weird-ass face. I also noticed crashed ship 1 may spawn something. Yeah, right there. It just spawned right in front of us. I'll try and freeze the frame for you guys to check that out. From what I did see from a glimpse, it looked like maybe an engine or something, or some wing type thing. I don't know. I'm hoping... God, I only got that for a split second. I might have to look at my editing and just see what that is. When in doubt, restart the game and take another look. All right, let's take another look. We'll see if we can see anything. And is it gonna spawn? Something just spawned again. I don't know what it was, but it spawns in this general area and then despawns. For those of you who don't know, Subnautica developers have protective code in their game that basically despawns things you are not authorized to see unless you have a developer version of the client. And that's just so spoiler things don't get leaked. However, that code has to do a check, obviously, so it's going to naturally spawn things in and then, you know, despawn it very, very fast. But people like me, or maybe even you, if you record anything at all on Subnautica, well, then you can freeze your frame and take a quick look at what they might be working on. This also reigns true for Crashed Ship 2, because I believe something spawns in for this guy as well. Yeah, I didn't see anything that time. Sometimes it's just too fast. Something I wanted to make mention of, because I saw some misconceptions and stuff here. People are thinking that this vent garden right here, well, jellyfish is a prior form of it. Well, no, it doesn't appear that way at all. They do seem similar in some respective way, but in general, doesn't appear to be a distant relative at all of the vent garden, let alone what the vent garden becomes. Two very different species just coexisting. It'd be like saying this brute shark shares the same characteristics as the big guy down there that I don't want to deal with. Where is he? There he is right there. Yeah, that thing. Ugh. Now, something else I'm sure you guys are aware of, and we were actually made aware of in the Subnautica YouTuber chat. Believe it or not, we have a super secret chat about Subnautica-related things for YouTube and all that stuff. But there was a cutscene added. The cutscene is actually just up right here. You trigger it. Now, I know a lot of you have probably already seen this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you watch it, the normal, whatever, and then I have some questions. One, I'm wondering what that exosuit really looks like, so we're going to take a very sneaky, close look at it. Then I want to see what happens if I'm in a vehicle when that thing jumps down and then, you know, does its stuff. I want to see if it rips me out, if it even triggers, and I want to see what happens if it lands on top of different objects, because I like breaking games. That's just me, so you enjoy the cutscene for now.
You again? Are you sure that I'm the kind of person you want to be following?
Who are you? I just want to talk.
Then your position is doubly precarious. You're lucky I have my hands full.
Wait!
I don't trust anyone who's too big to fight or too greedy to buy. Altera's both.
I'm not Altera.
Don't follow me.
So clearly, if you didn't realize already, that is Margaret. Now, do you remember Margaret? She was in the previous storyline of Subnautica. She's been trapped here for about 12 years or something, or it's a really long time anyway. So she definitely looks like she's been abused on this planet for a while. The fish have been passing her around, okay? But look, she has a pretty badass prawn suit. Now, I don't know if that means in the future we'll ever get that prawn suit or be able to use it. It doesn't seem like something that we can obtain right now, and I can't even find spawn codes for it. But my questions kind of lie in, well, what does that suit look like close up? So I'm gonna reload the game. We're gonna take a closer look and really inspect the prawn suit, because there were some key things on that people probably didn't realize or even notice. And then I want to see what happens if I'm in an exosuit myself when I walk up there. Will it rip me out, or, well, you know, what's gonna happen? And before people ask, no, you cannot steal that prawn suit. It is not a vehicle that you can interact with in the game files of Subnautica, unfortunately. Trust me, I've tried every which way to take that thing away, but it's so badass. If there was a way to do it, I would have done it. Unfortunately, unless you mod the game and take that model and put it onto an exosuit already existing, not gonna happen. So normally she spawns about right there, so I'm gonna speed 0.4. And then it's gonna happen. She's gonna spawn up there. There we go. Bam. And if I free cam, I can actually get a better look at this than, well, pretty well anyone, really. Now you can see there are some issues as well. I'm not sure why this happens, to be honest with you. It must just be, you know, how they have the animation right now. Keep in mind, it is a work in development, or a work in progress. And obviously right here too, our character kind of just, you know, derps out and doesn't really have an animation, because we're not supposed to be looking at ourselves in a third person. Anyways, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let that animation play out a tiny bit. We're going to see how it looks, and then once she's in position where everything's spawned in and everything's loaded, we'll really take a look at this. All right, there we go. It looks like she landed down. And there goes the character. Looks like everything's spawned in. Yep, that's me again. How you doing? So this is the exosuit. Looks like there are some barnacles and nastiness all around the back of it. Has 2 functioning power cells. I would have imagined by now those would have been changed, corroded, or even replaced with some precursor tech, because she's been here for so long. I would have imagined that would have happened. No signs of Kara infection or anything like that. So I don't know how she managed to avoid all of that too, but because I mean, Kara is present here as well on this end of the planet, or it was until the Sea Emperor juveniles got here. And we know that because we can get a Kara sample in the storyline right now for Below Zero. Seems like she's bandaged this up a little bit. It might have been starting to get damaged. She's got some... what are these? These are spikes. These look like spikes from the thing down there, basically. I know this claw arm is the bottom jaw of one for sure. That's what that looks like to me. So she at some point killed one or found one that was dead and just attached that to a malfunctioning hand that was in the prawn suit. So that's pretty badass. You know, the kneecaps are still in place. This leg is heavily damaged. I don't know what would have happened with this. Maybe she got into a tussle with whatever owned that jaw, and whatever owned that jaw lost. She's missing some compartments right here as well. Some of the armor is damaged heavily too. You can see it looks like she's reinforced the back part of this, or it might have been damaged and dented. You can see some rust and stuff here too. I'll take a look at her in a second. Got some jets right here as well. They seem to be well secured, which is good. This one looks like it's... Nope, they're fine. I thought it was damaged. But yeah, that's basically the prawn suit. The jump thrusters there too, and everything seems pretty good. As for her and what she looks like, she's got a nice jacket on actually, and you can see the dive suit underneath it too, which is pretty nice. But I would have thought again this would have been replaced by now because of all the wear and tear. Her legs, again, she has both legs, both functioning, obviously. I thought she would have lost a limb by now or something. You can see the ladder back here to get out of this thing. Now, she has some strange markings on her face, which I'm not really sure what that's about. And I don't think this is a graphical error on her lips. It looks like she might have gotten a scar or something. And it also kind of looks like she's had a stroke. Like, no joke. It looks like she might have had a stroke at some point in time. I don't see anything else going on. It looks like her arm is bandaged up a little bit right here, unless that's just some repair stuff that they put down. Oh, she has a thingy here too for a weapon. I don't think it's a brace. Oh, and she has one right here too. So she has some sharp spike-like things here. I guess those are weaponized too. And then this arm is bandaged up too, or the fabric is just damaged and she repaired it that way. Okay, in general, it looks like she's got her stuff in line. Wait, what's this right here? What is all this? She has... looks like a PDA, a very old PDA, like a much older version of what we're using now. And these right here, I don't know what these are. I have no idea what these might be. They look like grenades, but there's no way she has grenades right now. They might be some kind of medication or something, maybe? Medication holders? I don't know. It looks like this one's damaged, though. There we go. She's moving around, doing her little stand thing. Nothing seems to be appearing on her. Everything, I think, loaded up correctly. Her hands are on the sticks here. This one isn't, but I mean, you're not going to see this.
Kind of person you want to be following.
Oh, she twists her hand in a very unnatural way. And this thing comes down then. Oh, that is such a badass stance. And then she does the whole lurch forward and be edgy. It looks like her fins are sticking outside of the glass there. But again, in development. Wow, you can really see that lower jaw piece here now, too. That thing is huge. Then again, I don't think this is off a fully grown one. This looks like it might be a juvenile, maybe, that she killed or took it from.
Who are you?
Oh, hands twisting and moving. Looks like the hand actuates correctly. No damage there, and then she lurches forward. Yeah, the thing's very mobile. And then she leans down there. Your hand goes up. Oh, it's just a bad time in general for you. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. It looks like...
Then your position is doubly precarious.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it looks like this was added. This is extra armor around the body. I don't know. Maybe it's a depth module thing or something. I'm genuinely not really sure why she put that there, unless it's just armor for the sake of having armor around the body of it. Might be a weak spot. And then she gets back up. So what I did was, I have her exosuit right here, and I have a normal stock Altera one right here as well spawned in. Because she seems to be using a different model of exosuit. There's no compartment back here. They share pretty similar designs, except she has some badass rocket thrusters on hers, and we don't really get that. The back of ours also seems to be a little bit different than hers. Probably just the armor plating that she has. Like, given that this is like a 12-year time span of her having that exosuit with her is it the Degassi? I think it's the Degassi, but given that she had this exosuit for so long, there had to have been major changes to just the exosuit in general and how things function and look. I mean, the interior functionally pretty well looks the exact same as what we currently have in Subnautica. It's just hers is very, very dirty and unpolished. It does seem that we have some additional lights on the sides that she doesn't have in her model. And the back of ours has some lighting as well that she just does not have. So we have some more advanced systems, at least it appears on the surface, in comparison to her exosuit currently with our new Altera tech. But in general, it seems they do share very similar characteristics. Actually, her exosuit might be a little bit bigger. I can't really make that determination, though, without our exosuit being standing. And then she runs off, all edgy like...
I'm not Altera.
Look at her prancing around. And a little jump. Thrusters turn on. Everything's functional. And then she goes down. And this is where everyone wonders where she goes. Where does she go? Because she kind of just turns off the thruster and she drops down. But then she just freezes right here out of view. Because it's just a cutscene. You're not meant to follow her back anywhere. Oh, wow. That's not a good look for you, man. That was, okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and reload that. But I just want to break it. That's all I want to do. Oh, I broke it all, right? Oh, God. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a habitat, if I can. Okay, I can't build that here. What can I build? So what I've gone ahead and done is I've made a habitat right here in the way of Margaret when she jumps down. And I'm also in a prawn suit. Now, my knowledge of game development and how things work basically state that nothing should happen. The cutscene shouldn't even play by rights unless it's only targeting and detecting the player. Now, if the player is its own entity or something, well, then it should detect the player and maybe bug out, but it might only be on foot if they put that security in place. But this is also a point in the game where you're not supposed to have access to any vehicles or anything. I don't think so. Maybe they didn't anticipate that. Anyways, let's see. Oh. Well, that's kind of anticlimactic. It's not doing anything. Oh, that's pretty what?
You again.
My legs are broken.
Person you want to be
My...
following.
What? Okay, so she has no collision with the exosuit at all. Oh, God.
Your position
What the hell?
precarious.
I'm reaching out. I want to grab her.
Hands full.
Wait.
I don't trust anyone who's too big to fight or too greedy to
She's not going to get through the building, is she?
buy. Both.
I'm not in terror.
She runs through it? What? I mean, what do I... Oh, Jesus. What the... Oh, it's so broken. Oh, there's the old bit. What? What did I hit? What? What the hell? What was that all about? What just happened to me? Where'd I go just now? All right, let's see her get past this. I've spawned in a bunch of sea trucks, and I also have a sea moth here. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and jump into that one right there just as she spawns and see what happens. Now, I was considering spawning a Leviathan that grabs onto vehicles, but they don't have any behavior really when they're out of the water, and it'll be very, very hard for me to do that. I'll try a couple times off camera, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. So let's jump over right here. Did I get it? I got in it, but it didn't trigger her. Hang on. I'm gonna have to go further. Let's go further. There. No, nothing? Really? It didn't trigger her event? Oh God, I think I broke her. She knows not to jump down. She knows I'm doing some shenanigans here. I tried to make some room and it didn't really work out. And now I broke everything. Oh God. Just what have I done? Oh God, they're blowing up behind me. Margaret didn't spawn in. God damn it. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Oh, that's gonna be bad. Alright, so I'm back again. So she can run through vehicles. Sometimes she doesn't spawn if you spawn too many things in. But let me just spawn that big guy. Oh boy, he's not gonna stay, is he? There he is. Alright, please don't eat me while I have this cutscene activate. There we go. And there she is right there. Let's see.
Who are you?
No, it's not latching on. See, it doesn't have the behaviors
Your position
when
is
it's not
doubly
underwater.
precarious.
That's the worst thing about it. Like, he's right there.
Have my hands full.
Come on.
Wait.
Smack her.
I don't trust
Fight her.
anyone who's
Do
too big
something.
to fight or
No?
too
You're not
greedy
going to?
buy. Altera's both.
Come on, do something. She just ran through you, man. What the hell?
Follow me.
Oh, it looked like he was going to follow her for a second. Yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, well, that's pretty well me breaking the game for now. Also, the jellyfish is kind of broken when it's you know, above land. It's kind of hovers there. Not meant to be around in this area, so... Oh, boy. All right, guys. That's it for now on Subnautica Below Zero. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, as always, down below in the comments section about the new creature that you see here, the jellyfish, with its terrible beak-like fixture at the bottom of its mouth. He's nasty. And the new cutscene as well, and my attempts to break it. It's, it could definitely be broken, but keep in mind, it's in development. This is very early access stuff. Has to be polished. I should not have done that, should I have? Bye.